What a word, your boy Chuck Wick, ill, aka Charles Brown, back again with another Talking Facts. But first, I want to ask you, are you good? Good. All right, man, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and get that notification button going, all right? I want to talk about your boy Eminem and his company, 8 Mile Style. If y'all into industry talk and things that's related to the hip-hop industry or the music industry in general, this is a very, very interesting case because Eminem, once you peel back all the layers, Eminem is suing Spotify. Spotify is being sued. Now, a lot of people be really not in line with Spotify on a lot of different things. And this is one of those things where Jay-Z and them was talking about Tidal was going to be the opposite of what Spotify apparently is to a lot of people in the music business. And the royalty pay is kind of crazy. It's like kind of giving you peanuts in a lot of ways, and a lot of artists are not trying to, they're trying to circumvent and find their way to move around Spotify, right? But besides the horrible pay rate where it's pennies on the dollar, Eminem is alleging that Spotify is illegally, basically it's not illegally, but it's infringement, right? Copyright infringement on over 250 of his songs, including his biggest song, Lose Yourself, from 8 Mile, the movie, right? Copyright infringement means you're using that song some kind of way without the proper licensing. Just like when you used to download stuff on Napster, you would download, or like right now, you get BitTorrent and album come out and you go on BitTorrent and you download the whole album. You're in essence infringing on that music, right? That's why you can get a notice from your cable company sometimes when you download something too new and they say you have downloaded licensed material, and if you continue to do so, we can do this, that, and the third. I ain't get one of them letters in. I don't really do too much downloading of unlicensed material anymore. I used to do a lot of movies, and every movie came out, you would go on BitTorrent and find it, download the movie. I know a lot of people still do that. Every time a movie come out, they just go, it's too much work for me. I just go ahead and buy it at this point, or just rent it or whatever I'm gonna do. But anyway, so they invented that law to prevent people. Like, I don't know if you remember back in the day when, was it, what's that rock band? Lars, and it was, man, I'm wilding right now. It's just so easy, and I can't think of who the rock band was. Metal band, old school band, right? It'll come to me out of nowhere. It wasn't Guns N' Roses, it was another one. But they started making a lot of noise about people downloading music for free, right? And it started to be where the music industry started splitting, where it was like a lot of artists started coming out against pirating music and against you getting all this free music. Whereas some people was like, we don't care about the music because that's only hurting the record labels. That's not hurting us because we get our money on the road. We get our money from touring. So download it for free. I don't care what you do. But the bigger selling artists who really was making a lot of music, a lot of money off of that music, right? They were trying to stop pirating of music, and they were really trying to make copyright infringement a big deal. That's when you started having them going and bum rushing and doing no-knock warrants on mixtape DJs and people that was bootlegging mixtapes, because they was bootlegging these CDs before they even hit the shelves. Like, they would take the CD, get a copy of it, press up, 50, 100,000 copies of it, start selling on the street. The daggone CD ain't even hit the shelves in the store yet. Therefore, that's bootlegging. That's pretty much cutting your sales in half. And that's what hurt the game in a lot of ways. That, yeah, it's great to get free music. When you're young and you don't want to pay for nothing, it's cool. But when you're living off that and you eating off that, that sucks. When you selling 1 million records and half of that's in the bootlegs money. The bootleggers got that money. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, it's all gravy when you say, oh, I get my money on tour. But everybody don't get their money on tour. And at the end of the day, it's still your money. Like, if you're going to be like, oh, I get my money on tour, I don't care about, you still are losing money. hand over fist. So we can say whatever we want, but to me, it's really not cool to just nonstop. What about the little man who don't get all that money and he finally gets a hit record? You know what I'm saying? He's not getting that money on tour that he could be getting his $1 million, $2 million off the sales, but here it is, he getting bootlegged and getting burnt for his. You know what I'm saying? It's a slippery slope when you kind of condone people pirating and stealing the music, right? And we all do it. You know what I'm saying? We do. That's why free mixtapes became a thing, because it was so hard to sell it to people because they're so used to getting it for free. But Eminem and his company is suing not only Spotify, but the Harry Fox Agency, which is an agency been around about 100 years. They license music out for people to use it and pay the artists, and they funnel the money to the artists. You know what I'm saying? So they make sure your music is not being used without your permission and without you getting paid for it, correct? So Harry Fox Agency is supposed to be protecting artists such as Eminem, their music, from being illegally infringed upon by sites such as Spotify. Now, the lawsuit, from my understanding, is alleging that Spotify started using Eminem's music without the proper license, which is a no-no. You gotta think, all these years you don't got a license for this Eminem stuff, right? So this is it's allegedly. This is all allegedly. So by them using that without license, you would think, well, why don't they have a license? Well, then they went to Harry Fox Agency, who provides the licenses, what I just told you earlier. And Eminem is alleging both of them did something shady where Spotify didn't have the proper licenses, and Harry Fox Agency covered it up and continued to let them use the music without the proper licenses to use it. And he also alleging that they backdated a bunch of like royalty statements and numbers of what it sold, and they kind of tweaked them and made them. They just the lawsuit sounds crazy. It sounds like they're alleging that not only are they just using the music without licensing it, they're skewing the numbers of what's actually being streamed and when it was streamed. So it's all kind of crazy, man. This is crazy. So if you think you heard of something shady, this is some next level shady, like on every level. On every level, this is dirty, bro. This dirty business. Industry rule number 4080. Record company people are shady. They tweaking every single kind of way, allegedly, according to this lawsuit. And a judge said the lawsuit can continue because they tried to get it thrown out, saying that they were just giving what Spotify gave them, and they just, they were getting the numbers and just going by that. The judge is like, no, we're not doing that. If the plaintiff has the right to see this lawsuit through, and he continued it. So, long story short, Eminem is suing Spotify, which is, if they're not the biggest, they're the next biggest. They might be. I don't know if they're bigger than Apple, because I know Apple was first and Apple was the biggest. I know Spotify, if I'm not mistaken, I think Spotify is in that zone. I think they're pretty big. They might be bigger than Apple with just streaming in and of itself, because they don't sell music, they just stream. But apparently there's a big issue that's going to be continued. Like this lawsuit would never go anywhere. This is like billions on the table, bro. And a lot of this sound like this could lead into wire fraud and all kind of, like, if you're sending quotes through the email and faxing and all that are incorrect. If you're billing people through fax and email incorrectly, that's a crime. I can't invoice you something that's incorrect digitally and expect payment, or try to pay you incorrect when I know it's wrong, or backdate stuff that's incorrect. So all of that is a crime, and that's going to be hashed out in court. And if they got enough evidence to continue it, then somebody did something wrong, and it's all going to come out. So Harry Fox Agency and Spotify are under a really, really bright microscope right now with Eminem, of all people. This is like the worst name you want to be coming at your agency saying that you are doing some foul business. But we're going to have to watch out and see. We don't know where this is going to go. It's a lot of moving parts with this. But at the end of the day, it's looking like Spotify is about to be called out for some real shady dirt. And what's going to happen is, if something pulled back that it's something there, then it's going to be a slew of lawsuits. This is going to be the first of many. Everybody and their mother going to be asking for them numbers, them books. They're going to be checking them licenses. Because if they did it to Eminem, you know. If they indeed did this to Eminem, you know they did it to mad artists. Because you're going to do it to one of the biggest artists in the world. Like, what's up? You know what I'm saying? You know you're doing it to mad people. So I don't know why an organization this big and this strong would be licensing without, they would be using music without the proper license, but it's a lot of money out there on the table. So you never know what people would do. You know what I'm saying? Get in the comments, let me know how you feel, man. But this is crazy. Eminem is actually suing Spotify, and it ain't looking good right now. But I'm gonna keep y'all posted. Check back with me in the future. Follow this online, man. Hit me on Facebook, Twitter. Follow your boy. CLBMG.com. Go there. Download that music industry app, Audio Liquor Indie, and I'm gonna catch y'all on that flip side. Peace.